Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'd like to call this Tuesday, June 18th, 2019, full meeting of the McLean County Board to order. At this time, please rise for the invocation by Member Barnett.
Would you join me in prayer or reflection? Creator God, who breathed this world into being, who is discernible within harmony of nature, the perfection of a butterfly's wing, the grandeur of a mountain range, the soaring eagle and the hummingbird. Thank you for this world which you have created. Thank you for summer sun, which reminds us that your creative breath is still alive and active. Thank you for the warmth of your love, sustaining this world, your garden. Amen.
Okay, will the county clerk please call the roll?
George Gordon. Present. Elizabeth Johnston. Here. Randall Martin. Here. Catherine Metzger. Present. Scott Murphy. Absent. Carla Robustelli. Present. Susan Schaefer. Here. Logan Smith. Here. James Solner. Here. Gerald Thompson. Here. Shana Wachinski. Here. George Wendt. Present. Lori Woolrab. Here. Josh Burnett. Present. Jacob Beard. Present. Lindsay Bloomfield. William Casely. Present. Sharon Chung. Here. Chuck Erickson. Here. John McIntyre.
Here, we have 19 members present and 1 member absent. We do have a quorum. We have no members of the public that have applied to appear this afternoon. So we'll move on to item 6, consent agenda. You have it before you. What say you?
I move we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Motion by Member Metzger, second by Member Gordon. Are there any comments or questions? If none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Item D, transfer ordinance requires 2/3 vote. Is there anyone that wants to have their vote registered as a no vote? If not, we'll consider the consent agenda and the transfer ordinance approved unanimously. And we'll move on to item G. Okay. Item G, which is approval of resolutions, and congratulations. And at this time, I'd like to call Member Johnson to the podium.
Why do you think I know how to work this? Now it's on. Oh. Okay. I want to welcome Bruce Lang, who's here today with the Prairie Pride Coalition for the Proclamation. And in this, we are commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots and the resultant modern gay rights movement that has brought greater equality for our LGBTQIA+ communities. And whereas June is recognized as the LGBTQIA+ Pride Month across the United States and around the world. And whereas this year's observance coincides with the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, which is considered to be the beginning of the modern gay rights movement. And whereas local members of the LGBTQIA+ community for decades have been working tirelessly to advocate for equitable laws, including the 2002 Bloomington Human Rights Ordinance that offered protections to members of our community. And whereas local members of the LGBTQIA+ community and their supporters have openly worked towards making all of McLean County a more welcoming, inclusive, and safe environment for everyone, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. And whereas this work has enabled members of the local LGBTQIA+ community to live openly in McLean County as their authentic selves. Therefore, the McLean County Board issues this proclamation to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots and the resultant modern gay rights movement that has brought greater equality to our LGBTQIA+ community. We encourage everyone to support the work that has made our community a better place to live. Thank you.
We'll finish that up by saying it's adopted by the McLean County Board. It's 18th day of June, 2019. Thank you, Member Johnson. We'll move on to the report of standing committees. Executive Committee Vice Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Executive Committee has no items for action today. You can read the Bloomington Normal Airport Authority minutes, Economic Development Council report, and the general report is in the unapproved minutes. I would be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to the Land Use and Development Committee. Chairman Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our item is on 6E3A on the consent agenda. So therefore, we have no items to present for action. Our general report can be found on pages 14 through 16 of the unapproved minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Report of the Transportation Committee. Chairman Casely.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have no items to be presented for action. All of our items were on the consent agenda, and we have no items to present for information.
Thank you. Report of the Property Committee. Vice Chair Barnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Property Committee brings forward one item for action to the board this evening. Item D1A, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2019 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for facilities. This is on page 47 of your packet. These are items pertaining to the Law and Justice Center, specifically fixtures, furniture, and equipment for the expanded healthcare area, and also some other normal things that go with that, and I so move for approval.
Motion by Vice Chair Barnett. Is there a second? Second by Member Casely. Comments or questions or discussion? If none, all in favor of approving as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our general report can be found in the unapproved minutes packet, and I thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to the Justice Committee and Chairman Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Justice Committee brings 5 items for action to the board this evening. Item E1A, request approval of the intergovernmental agreement between the State of Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority and McLean County government through the Children's Advocacy Center, and I'll move that.
Motion by Chairman Gordon. Is there a second? Second by Member Martin. Comments or questions? If none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion's carried. Sir, you have the floor.
Item E1B, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the Illinois Department of Health Care and Family Services, State's Attorney's Office, and I'll move that.
Motion by Chairman Gordon, second by Member Johnston. Comments or questions? If none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
Item E1C, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the State of Illinois, Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority, and McLean County, FY 2020 ARI grant through court services, and I'll move that, sir.
Motion by Chairman Gordon, second by Member Thompson. Trying to see your names. Comments or discussion? Any questions? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion is carried.
Item E1D, request approval of a contract between McLean County and Philip Finnegan through the Public Defender's Office, and I'll move that.
Motion by Chairman Gordon, second by Member Schaefer. Comments or questions? If none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
Item E1, pardon me, sir, E1E, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2019 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance, General Fund 0001, County Board 0001, and Public Defender. I believe that fund is 0021, and I'll move that.
Thank you for the clarification. Motion by Chairman Gordon. Is there a second? Second by Member Smith. Comments or questions? This is a 2/3 vote as well. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Are there any nay votes to be recorded? If not, it's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We had one item on the consent agenda that has already been approved, and our general report can be found in the unapproved minutes on pages 25 through 28, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Let us back up to the property committee, and let me correct my error in asking if anybody wanted to vote no on the two-thirds ordinance emergency appropriation for item D1A. If not, then that will be considered stand as passing unanimously. Thank you, sir. We'll move on to the Finance Committee, Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Finance has 3 items to present today. First one is F1A, acceptance of the popular annual financial report, also known as the PAFR, for December 31st, 2018, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Solner, second by Member Chung. Comments or questions? Member Casely.
I think our county treasurer and our county auditor need to be commended for winning the award for county financial officers from the County Financial Officers Association. I think that's a good thing.
Thank you. Duly noted. Any other comments or questions? If none, all in favor of the motion as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is carried.
Next is F1B, acceptance of the fiscal year 2018 audit and comprehensive annual financial report for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2018, and I move that.
Motion by Chairman Solner, second by Member Woolrab. Comments or questions? Any discussion? If none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is carried.
Next item is F1C, acceptance of the single audit report for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2018, report of federal awards. This more or less shows us where our grant funds go. I think it's a really good document. I encourage everyone to look at it, and I so move that.
Motion by Chairman Solner, second by Member Thompson. Comments or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
Our general report can be found in the unapproved minutes, and I too would like to commend the auditor, treasurer, and their team for the work they do. Anyone that's looked at those documents see that it takes a lot of time, there's a lot of information, and I know they put in a lot of hard work, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go on to the report of the Health Committee. Chair, Member Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Health Committee has no items for action today, and our general report can be found on pages 17 through 21 of the unapproved minutes.
Thank you, ma'am. Report of the County Administrator, Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, County Board. I do not have any items to be presented for action, and I do not have a general report this month. Thank you. I will entertain any questions, though, if so needed.
Thank you. We'll move on to other business and communication. Does anyone have anything at this time? If not, then I will have one item. Member Murphy has provided to me a notice of his resignation effective tonight at 10 p.m. and asked me to read the letter to the board in his absence today, which I'll do at this time. Chairman McIntyre, this is dated June 18, 2019. We're in the process of moving from our home in District 2. Residency rules preclude me from continuing to serve as a representative of that district. It has been my pleasure and honor to serve on the McLean County Board. In February of 2016, when I asked the board to appoint me to the vacant seat, I said I did not have an agenda to push, nor did I want to make radical changes to the county. I did not want to change the direction of the ship. I merely wanted to take my turn at the oar. I hope I have done that. While I will miss serving with the fantastic people who make up the board, the staff, and the other elected officials, I have no doubt that the county will not miss a beat in my absence. McLean County is a special county because of the extraordinary leaders who came before us, the phenomenal leadership we currently have, and the strong people in this county who have yet to step up to lead. I have thoroughly enjoyed this job, and I highly recommend it to those contemplating public service. I'm respectfully tendering my resignation as a representative of the 2nd District of the McLean County Board. This resignation is effective Tuesday, June 18th at 10 p.m. Sincerely, Scott Murphy. At this time, then, Member Murphy and his wife have recently purchased a home in a different district, and are selling their home. Therefore, I'm announcing that as of tonight, there is a vacancy in the position of County Board Member for District 2. Pursuant to the McLean County Code Section 20-10H, I'm affixing the date upon which the appointment will be made to fill the vacancy as July 16th, 2019. Also pursuant to the McLean County Code, written applications and resumes of those seeking appointment must be submitted to the County Administrator's Office by 12 noon on Wednesday, July 3rd, 2019. Applications must be signed by the applicants. All eligible applicants will be interviewed by the Executive Committee at its regular meeting scheduled to begin at 4:30 p.m. on July 9th, 2019. We have this for record if you need those dates again. Any comments? I certainly want to thank Mr. Murphy for his duty and all that he's done and contributions to this board. Do we have any other business at this time? If not, we have bills to pay that have been reviewed and recommended for approval by our auditor in the amount of $5,337,982.60. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Schaefer, Member Schaefer, second by Member Woolrab. Any other comments or questions? If none, all in favor of approving the bills as presented, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion has carried. I have no other business at this time, and so this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming.